Welcome back. Time now for Family Check, and today we are still continuing with the topic we had last week, which is marriage and modern day challenges, restoring the matrimonial foundation. That is what we want to focus on, because today marriage sits at the intersection of modern identity, traditions, and also what you'd say is rapidly shifting social expectations, and beyond love and ceremony. Couples are competing with challenges when it comes to matters of culture, faith, psychology. So the question now shifts to whether a marriage is important, and also if its foundation is still strong enough to stand or withstand the realities of a modern day world. For that conversation, I will be having Pastor David McCory, who is an author and a family man. Karibu sana.
Thank you, Mike.
And also Apostle Helen Anthony, who is the founder of Marital Travail International. She is also a financial advisor and counselor. Karibu sana.
Thank you, sir.
I want to start with you, actually. There's something you were talking off air, and you said that marriages don't go wrong.
Yeah.
Marriages start wrong.
Yes.
Clarify.
All right. Thank you so much, Mike,
Karibu,
for having us back again for such a conversation. Yeah, marriages don't go wrong. Like this institution don't just grow and all of a sudden things are not working. Or what I can see is that marriage begins wrong. Like the Bible speaking says, when the foundation is shaken, what can the righteous do? So this foundation of this institution must be right. Because what makes it wrong at the end is the things that we need to check that goes unchecked. You didn't check the foundation where you are marrying. Hidden expectations before you get married. So those things that you need to understand, you need to get them right before you begin this institution. That's why if we get to the book of Genesis, chapter number 24, I believe we get to see a man called Abraham advising Isaac not to marry from Midianites. Actually, he was telling, go to our own tribe, you know, and get a woman for my son Isaac. It is not advisable to get someone to get a wife for you, but you must marry from your own tribe. The things you believe in, the things you want to do in future, are you moving at the right direction? Because if you don't do the checks, it will hunt you down. Hata mukienda 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Those things that you hate, when you're doing the courtship, you understand that I didn't tell my spouse that maybe there are things that I've gone through in my childhood. Those traumas, we are seeing them now coming up even in the marriage. And these are the things now we want to tell our generation. Please, before you get married, even have a person whom you can entrust with your, because this one is like a destiny. Align with a person who is going to your own destiny. And the Bible speaking says that let the older women advise the younger women. Same case, our fathers are here. Let them advise the young men on how to approach this institution.
But are you seeing that happening?
It is not happening, Mike. That's why we are in a crisis. We just meet and chemistry happens, and now we are good preparing for the big day. We are busy preparing for the wedding, not the marriage. Things don't go wrong at the end, they begin wrong.
So people prepare for the big day instead of the marriage stage. Pastor David, begging on what Apostle Helen has said, from your perspective first, how do you define strong marital foundation?
Strong marital foundation, I speak from the people who are in church and those who are not in church. Because we have people who are not in church and they are still married. Some of them, their marriage is doing well. Others, they are struggling. Others, they are not. They are doing well from the outlook, but the internal struggles don't always come out loud. A strong marriage is a marriage where people are ready to forgive and forget and move on. The second thing, a strong marriage is a marriage where the word of God is the foundation, is a standard for life. You see, like if I go to court to argue a case, I'll always refer to the Constitution. So if we are arguing anything in marriage or anywhere, we must look at the Constitution that brought us together. For us who are Christians, the Bible. We have to see what does the word say over this word. A strong marriage also is a marriage where people are open to one another.
Yeah.
Apostle has mentioned about 10 years, then people begin to crumble down.
Yeah.
That means they were not open in the beginning. Something was hidden under the carpet. In my book, Stolen Waters, I've written that when we were young, we wrote with pencils.
Yes.
Because you were allowed to make mistake and erase.
Yeah.
But when you grow up, you use a pen. You're not allowed to make mistakes. In other words, there is a place you come to, things that you do, you can't erase them. They will always come out and come to the open. And lastly, a strong marriage is a marriage where God is the center. You know, she mentioned about the fathers not really helping the young men, because she talks about older women should guide the younger women. The same case, older men should guide the young men. But now the young men don't listen because they can go to AI and get information. They say you lived in another century, you are living in a different century.
Yeah.
But something I would like to say is man is the same. Whether we are in an explosion of knowledge dispensation or that old dispensation. Something inside us that God created doesn't change, even though knowledge keeps on changing.
Yeah.
So a strong marriage requires that how do we begin? Why do we begin? Where are we going? It requires mature people as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to be mature within
You
that
have to
space.
be mature.
And one of the most important aspects, and actually it has been cited to cause marital breakdown, is matters that pertain to communication. You know, what does communication breakdown in marriage actually look like beyond not just talking? How does it begin?
All right. Marital breakdown, I believe it doesn't happen also overnight. And actually, it is not lack of love that breaks the communication. What I believe that breaks this communication is pride. You know, we are too proud to listen. We are too proud to listen to each other. We find that there are resentments. We are too harsh. When we are addressing our spouses, we use harsh ones. They travel to the deepest part of our heart. That is when somebody now begins to grow this cold, there is emotional distance that now begins to create a wall between spouses. And at the end of the matter, you understand that now because there is an emotional need in every man. There is that emotional need. And now when the walls begin to rise, communication breaks down. And that's why now as pastors and as apostles, the religious leaders, we are finding it difficult to solve these issues, whereby now a married man is now confiding to another lady, married or not married. Why? The emotional need in a marriage has been assumed by lack of communication. So there are so many things that we need to do as couples to make sure that marriages are standing on healthy communication. Because when we break the communication, what happens, we begin to work on assumptions. I just assume my husband wanted to say this, he wanted to do that, or else he wanted to do something very different.
Yeah.
So we begin now to work like DCIs in our own homes. We just begin to work like, oh, you wanted to do that? I'm waiting for you on the other side.
Yes.
I pray that we go back to God and begin to forgive and to listen, not to judge, we listen to understand. Some people just, they just need to be given a chance to speak, and you will understand they meant something different. But because now the breakdown of communication is already there, we just want to assume what they wanted to say, we mean different.
Yeah.
But I pray that we understand that we don't need to, like to win arguments. We just need to work in unity in our marriage.
The way you've put it, we should listen to understand,
not to judge.
Which brings another aspect within the communication aspect within marriage. The how. This is what I mean. I meet someone, there's a way I communicate. There's a way she communicates.
Yes.
You see, the how I do it is different from how she does it. Is the problem when it comes to communication the how of that whole aspect that brings a breakdown in marriages?
Yeah, the how requires also to understand timing and the using of words. Communication involves asking questions, talking stories, communicating what is inside you, what you're planning to do. Communication is wide. There are many things that when we bring all of them together, we sum up them to mean communication. Now the how to ask or communicate requires timing. You don't say a statement which could bring a problem at that time. It is well meant, it was for the good, but the timing and the words used, they are always misunderstood or misjudged. Communication also requires that attitude, because if someone has already a negative attitude, even if you are communicating something good, it will be misunderstood. So attitude is very important in marriage and in communication, and also the state of the heart, because an evil heart will always read evil in everything you are trying to bring forth. And also I would like to say that communication in marriage requires also to spend time together. We can even be together, we are not talking, but we are communicating. Body language can communicate. We have been married for 26 years. Sometimes my wife and I just drive. We go park somewhere, sit in the car. We are not talking, nobody's in the phone, but we are communicating just being together. We are communicating that I love you, to spend time with you. So that if you have anything you wanted to ask, I create an environment for you to ask. Sometimes we think we are communicating when we are asking questions. Did you see my suit? Did you eat? We think we are communicating, but we are asking questions.
The normal questions.
Those are questions. Communication is spending time together, asking questions, saying stories, speaking about what you want to do, what you have intended to do. And also to add on what she said about marriage don't crumble down in an overnight because there was no communication. I would also like to add that there's a word called entropy, which means that when you neglect a room for long, it becomes dirty. So if you neglect one another for long, something takes over. If you don't take care of a room for some time, you find that some dust has just gathered. So there's a lot of dust that just gathers in a marriage because of neglect, and the neglect come through social media or digital pressure, that we are together, but you are talking with somebody far, not the one you are there with. Both of us are in phone, but communicate with somebody else. So if you neglect this one for long, the way she's putting it, I will assume that you are okay. And then that neglect begins to attract a lot of decay, and idle energy begins to rise, and it destroys communication. So communication begins from speaking your heart, asking questions, talking stories, spending time together, eating together. You know, it's a wide thing that when brought together, it means communication.
The way you've put it, communication is wide.
Very wide.
Apostle, you know, children in a marriage setup, we can't ignore that. But then again, when There's poor communication.
Yeah.
How does it extend beyond the couple now and begin to affect the emotional development, stability, and even worldview of the children that they are bringing up?
All right, thank you, Mike. As I speak this, I would want to speak about myself. I was brought up in an environment that was so chaotic. The environment was not as good as I wanted. But as I was growing, now I began to develop defensive mechanism, because now I understood that I have to develop something for me to survive in this environment. And that's why anytime I hold a meeting, because we hold these meetings once per month in this Nairobi city, I always tell parents that we are not in marriage because of your personal issues. It is no longer personal. Marriage is no longer personal. It is generational. Whatever we are raising depends on how we treat each other.
Yes.
And again, the Bible speaking says that train up a child in the ways of God, and when they grow up, they will not leave them.
Yes.
What it means, it is not speak to the children. Training entails what you do.
Yes, because children learn from what you do.
Yeah.
Children,
Monkey
it
see,
is a
monkey do.
monkey do, a monkey see,
Yes.
monkey do.
Children recognize behavior more.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, however they see us treating each other, that is how they absorb. That is how they grow. That is why now we are having suicidal cases of teenagers, because we parents have not developed a conducive environment for these children.
Yes.
So personally, God has worked on me, because I grew up now a very angry woman, annoyed woman. Even when you could have come meaning well, I had to take some time to believe that you mean well.
And that is your
Yes.
defensive mechanism.
That was defensive mechanism. So take it this way. Now, a man who is my man today, my husband, did not realize that the woman I am marrying came from this environment. He will think that I married the worst woman.
Yeah.
And this is what is happening in our marriages today. You did not know where you married from.
You didn't even seek information as to how you grew up.
Yes. Because I could have just rectified what I went through to make sure, or you would have weighed, will I be able to deal with this or not, before we got married.
It's not even rectifying, it's about creating a very different environment, Pastor, when it comes to how one was, the environment in which one was brought up. How do you see that now affecting marriages today, especially when it comes to how couples treat each other when there is a crisis actually? Yes.
Yeah, every person's character is amplified in a crisis. If you're in a crisis, we will know your character.
Yes.
Sure.
And some people's character also comes up when they are in a joyful mood. So there are different situations that amplify somebody's character. The way couples treat each other, I would like to say that parents who are parenting children below 10, they have different challenges. And parents who are parenting teenagers have different challenges. And those who are parenting children who now need inheritance, where she talked about our parents now at 60-something, some of the challenges those at 60-something do go through is favoritism. Mom favors these other children, dad wants these other children. So that's where Mzana feel like, I will need to discipline you, because this is how things need to go, but you are taking me different. The way we handle each other as couples affects our children. In my book, Stolen Waters, I've said some of the things you do privately, even when children are young, when they grow up, they will do them in the open.
Yes.
Because it is a seed you are planting, and finally it will germinate and bring forth fruits. We have a 6-year-old boy. He calls my wife, babe, where are you? Because he had me call my wife, babe. So he doesn't know that, babe, that this mama is called.
Yes.
So the way you bring up yourselves, the way you handle differences. And I want to also say that Christian marriages, money is not the only solution. Prayer is the big solution. The enemy would like to interfere with what God is doing. If God brought up marriage, the enemy wants to scatter it, because he knows if I scatter marriage, I've scattered a church, I've scattered a nation, I've scattered children. one of the reasons why the young people are saying marriage is a scam is because they have looked at these things and they're like, oh, is this thing really going to work? It's not a scam. So that communication and the way we handle one another, it can spill down to the children without knowing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Children, they have a way of just learning things that what to lea waongei.
Yeah.
So in that process, there is a way they will also act or react later. So I would like to say that when we have differences as husband and wife, let's look for a place we can sort them out.
Yeah.
My wife and I have a plan that we don't sort out differences at night. No, we don't want to affect other things that go on at night. We solve differences in the morning because you have a longer day to socialize with other people.
And even in the morning you are fresh.
Yeah. You are fresh. Hata kama mlikosana asubuhi, you will still have some more other people to talk to, and by the time you come in the evening, you have offloaded a few things.
Yeah.
So communication really and handling challenges can spill to the children. Yeah. Can spill to the children.
Apostle, there's something about counseling I want us to dissect a little bit. You know, many couples they do seek spiritual counseling, especially when they're in a crisis. However, when you look at it and from your perspective, does spiritual counseling sometimes do more harm than good?
Sure. We've seen it happen severally. And this would be my advice. Do not just seek counsel from everybody. Like, because I am an apostle or I'm a pastor, I don't qualify automatically to guide somebody on the marital path, because the religious part of it, there is a lot of confusion that is happening. You'll find that the religious has accommodated somebody who is in second marriage, third marriage, fourth marriage, and they are still serving God, which is okay. But that person doesn't have marital authority to counsel anybody. I just say it respectively, because the Bible speaking says one man, one wife. So anytime now you go to somebody who left the first marriage with a lot of bitterness, they have not healed, they will give you a counsel from the place of bitterness, from the place of offense, from the place of resentment. So that person will tell you, if they do this to you, please learn for your life. I'm also in my second marriage, you can still make it.
So they will be advising from their point of
course,
from their experience.
And you know, every seed, every tree will produce after its own kind.
Thank you.
If there's a place I compromised, I'll give birth to the children that compromise. So this spiritual counseling depends on what is the foundation of this person, because I can't give you what I don't have. God does not give Isaac, God does not ask you Isaac if he didn't give you the Isaac. So I can only give you, Mike, what I have. Even if I pretended to have it, it's a matter of time. It will explode and look like it was not there. So this spiritual counseling is two-sided. One side, who is giving it? Another side, the person you are giving it, what is his or her connection with God? The Bible says in the book of Isaiah that God is looking at people, or God is looking for people that can tremble at his word. You can give people counseling spiritually what the word says, but they don't tremble at his word. These people are not converted. So you are like planting a seed on a rock. It doesn't help. And that's why some of the people who are in charge, wanafanya vituko mpaka you people of the media wonder, like, is this thing really in charge? And you find cameras there because somebody who has been there, we have been thinking we are planting a seed on a good soil, but it was a rock. So first of all, it begins by someone who is converted in the spirit and the heart to tremble at the word of God, such that when you plant the word, it has room, it has place.
An Apostle, when we talk about restoring matrimonial foundation, because we have to talk about that, how do we restore this foundation in a healthy way without romanticizing the past or ignoring modern day realities?
All right, it is just by going back to the design that God gave us concerning marriage. There is what God intended for this marriage to work. What is happening in our modern day is we are distorting, or we are trying to pastoring what was not meant to be there. We just want to find the easy way out. Overlooking now the real thing that God said concerning the marriage. So if the wife is told to submit, I am asking, submit to what? Like, I saw something in the social media, and the caption was ending with, submit to what? I'm here to say, don't marry a man you cannot submit to. Don't ask us to submit to what you know what you married to. Like, submit to, you knew, like, I needed to be married by Anthony. I have to submit to him. The Bible does not say I submit to my husband when he is good. It is a command. So as a man also, there is a caption. God has told you, love as Christ loved the church. There is a standard.
Yes.
We go back to the standard of God.
Yes.
Yes.
What do you think, Apostle, as we come to the close of this conversation?
Thank you, Mike. Restoring matrimonial foundation begins by restoring man. Man in this sense, I don't mean man in a trouser and woman. I just mean mankind.
Yes.
Mankind needs to be restored. In the apostles talked about going back to the design which God created.
Yes.
Let me also add something that there are people who are not connected to church, but they are married.
Yes.
I would like to say that what we have lost in us, it is that human fear, that fear and respect that man needs to have. God is the designer of this marriage. And first of all, as we have said, take the word of God as the standard. Number two, understand what are you entering into. Because some people get married out of lust. And when lust has served its purpose, they feel like we can't continue. Restoring the matrimonial foundation also requires that we put aside the competition.
Yes.
The competition is social media, the phones. You can actually be with your spouse and she's in the phone, or he's in the phone.
Yeah.
And also, there are challenges that have come because of the fast life we are living now, whereby everything is expensive. So two people must work, husband and wife. So maybe one has come home with a lot of work in the mind and the pressure. It eats up with the marriage time.
Yeah.
So I would like to say that to restore that matrimonial foundation, we first of all restore man. Let man be restored.
Yes.
Remove the heart of a beast and have the heart of a man.
Very important.
And then get God at the center.
You know, Pastor David Makori is an author. He has authored a book called Building a Culture for Success, and also Stolen Waters. These are some of his works that he has done, and we thank you for making time to come and talk about this very important issue. And also, Apostle Helen Anthony is a financial advisor, counselor, and founder, Marital Travail International. Thank you so much for making time.
Thank you, Mike.